a venue for you to impute political malice on other people.
I'm sorry po.
As the chairwoman was explaining, kindly focus on explaining your reconsideration.
Yes, I'm sorry I got carried away because of the malicious imputation, Your Honor.
Yeah, but if we follow, Madam Chair, if we follow your logic, alleging that she is doon sa kabila, would that also mean that ikaw dito sa kabila?
Of course.
Oh, see, so you're being politicking. Ikaw naman politika.
Hindi po. Kasi,
Kaya alam sa politika nyo doon. Hindi naman magsisinungaling yung ano eh. Ang numbers, walang pakialam ang mga numbers at mga data sa politika nyo doon. Ang concern ko lang is bakit mo sinasabi na nagpo-poison kami, nagdadrag kami ng mga tao dito?
yun nga po, hindi totoo yun. Kasi kaya nga sinasabi ko sa inyo na nagsisinungaling yung tao. Nga kasi ito pa lang, dito pa lang po eh. Meron siyang, she has something to grind against me dahil previously yung mga gusto niyang mag-advance ng mga procurement niya, hindi ko po pinapayagan yun. So, nagagalit siya. Marami na siyang sama ng loob sa akin po.
Your Honors, please, I believe that Attorney Harder is going beyond the ground for his citation of contempt already. Let us focus to the grounds which led to his citation of contempt. And I think you've said your piece already. Now it's the turn of Krishna to answer.
Madam Chair, can I add something on that?
This will be the last.
Yes.
For this matter.
In the citation of contempt, Your Honor, of course, we have to weigh down the testimony niya at testimony.
Please do not teach us, Attorney Harder.
I'm just.
The committee is very much aware of its job
Yes po.
on when to cite the resource person in contempt.
Opo. Ganun nga po, siyempre po.
Just to cut
Chair Paduano.
are you saying that question of due process?
Yes,
Not giving due process?
yes, Your Honor.
You have cited all things. Di ba?
Yes, you.
Now, don't teach us. You're a lawyer, alam mo, yung recourse mo. Di ba? Alam mo yung recourse mo. But supposedly, binigyan ka pa ng pagkataon. Supposedly, after citing you in contempt, your motion for reconsideration mo is after this hearing. And second, yung option mo is to go to Supreme Court.
Yes, but dito na lang po ako.
Ano rin po? Tapusin mo muna ako. Kaya don't teach us. Question of due process? Are you questioning the due process given to you? Well, in fact, you are allowed to speak. Hindi ka lang. Napag-pasok dito ang politika. Answers clearly, the issue being reason for citing in contempt. Kaya, medyo
Madam,
ayusin mo po.
Madam,
Bigyan ka. Question the due process. Yung sinasabi ko kasi iyo, you have two options. In this committee, you go to court.
Madam Chair, please.
Given you ample time to lay the ground for
Isang,
basis. Please let me finish first. To lay the basis for your motion for reconsideration. But in the interest of fair play, I will give you an additional 1 minute. However, I hope you are reminded that the ground for contempt is not only the attempt to stop Krishna from attending this hearing, but also the threat that not to eat the food of the committee because those might be contaminated with poison or drugs. That is a very serious allegation against the institution.
Tapos pag mag-test kayo dito, baka mag-positive kayo ng drugs.
napaka-imposible po nun. Yun nga po eh. Isa lang po nagsabi nun.
1 minute, Attorney Harder.
Yeah, siya lang po nagsabi nun. Hindi po natin naririnig yung sinasabi niya marami sila. Sana po parang meron siyang, siya lang po yan. Sana meron pang ibang magsabi, mag-confirm ng kanya. Ako po, nasabi ko na sinungaling siya. Ito po may ebidensya ko. Siya po, oral testimony niya, wala pong evidence. Tapos kung papakinggan natin siya lang yung don't testimony niya without other evidences, parang unfair naman po yun. There are other persons who can testify na hindi yun totoo.
Attorney Harder? Chairman Paduano.
Attorney Harder, yung sinasabi mo pong proof mo is the travel, di ba? Not the allegation being heard to you by Dr. Tresna with regards to not advise mo not to eat foods being served in this committee. Okay ba po yun?
And Madam,
Ngayon, ako, Madam Chair, kanina pa po naghihintay si Doc, tapos na rin to si Attorney Harder. Let us give the floor to Doc.
Before we allow Dr. Krishna, we recognize first the Honorable Adjong.
just to put put things into its right perspective. Yung sinasabi niyo pong plain, you're alleging her that she does not want to attend. Pero she never claimed that she does not want to attend. No, wait, before you speak, kasi you're digging your own graves dito, attorney. Wala naman siyang sinasabi na hindi siya pupunta dito o pupunta siya, na yung pinapakita mong ticket to prove na nagsisinungaling siya. Wala naman siyang allegation sa'yo na pinilit siya or what. So ano yung purpose ng plane ticket na yan? So ganun lang, Mr. Chair, kung ipa-follow natin. I mean, huwag ka lang sinungaling kay baka mas maano ka pa. Baka mas lalo ka pang Madam Chair, thank
Madam
you.
Chair,
We will now proceed with Dr. Krishna.
Thank you, ma'am. On the allegation that I was the one who was not willing to attend the first congressional hearing, that is not true, Your Honor, because I was the one who messaged our city administrator on when is the congressional hearing upon hearing the news in Silay City that there will be one. So I was informed on November 8th. That was on a Friday afternoon. And I went to the city mayor's office. Upon entering, Attorney Harder was there, the city administrator and the executive assistant to the mayor were there already. And then they told Mayor Gallego, quote unquote, Mayor, hindi tanong siya, inhiligay nun, ma'am. Hindi tanong siya pagpaup dun. Kaya base ang ihambal niya, makabulig, either makabulig or makaguba sa aton. So in other words, my statements when
Can you please translate
yes,
first?
so when my statements will when I will be asked in the Congress, it seems to me that they are scared of my statement when being asked. My statement might help or break them. Number two, and the allegation that he paid my plane ticket personally. It was charged to the city government of Silay, ma'am. I have the travel here.
And if it is charged to the city government of Silay, it's not only your ticket that was paid by the LGU, but the ticket of almost all
Yes,
resource persons from the LGU.
Yes,
Am I
ma'am.
correct?
My husband's ticket, my husband was with me during the first congressional hearing. I was the one who paid for it. I have proof, ma'am. I have it received by the city administrator, the 8,000 something pesos that was paid for my husband's ticket.
Can you please enlighten us, kailan kanya sinabihan na to attend?
That was Friday, ma'am, November 8th.
Before the first hearing?
Yes, ma'am. The first hearing was on November 11th.
And when was this occasion when you were warned about eating the food as they might be
That was
contaminated?
already November 10, ma'am. We were already here.
Was it on the same occasion?
No, ma'am.
Different occasions?
It was different. November 8th was a Friday. It was the first time that they told me not to attend. The second time was on November 9. The back members had a meeting at the city hall. We finished at around 7 o'clock in the evening.
The second time, was it Attorney Harder also who tried to stop you not to attend?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It was already on a Saturday, and they told me that I can get a medical certificate from my friend since I am a doctor. But I refused, ma'am, and I insisted that I have to come here because I was scared to be cited in contempt.
You did the right thing because you will really be cited in contempt, especially by Chairman Paduano.
And I cannot accept that I am a congenital liar. I am here to tell the truth, ma'am.
Dr. Krishna, we have ordered to strike off the record the term that was used by Attorney Harder.
Yeah.
We agree with you that that is very unparliamentary.
Yes. And his allegations that I am on the other political side, that is not true, ma'am. I am a doctor. I can stand on my own. I can have my own counter affidavit written by me and not by anybody else.
And besides, it's not material to this committee whether you are an ally of the administration or of the opposition. This committee is very objective in conducting the inquiry in aid of legislation.
Thank you.
May nagre-raise ng kamay, Madam Chair.
There's a pending motion, Madam Chair, and duly seconded. The chairperson stated rule. It was ruled already.
Considering that there is already an order for the citation of contempt of Attorney Harder. Yes, are you raising your hand? Can you please identify yourself first? Mukhang kinulang tayo sa mga name tag.
Hello, everybody. I am Marcelo Espeleta, acting budgets city officer of Silay City. I was with Krishna. I am her friend. So to call her, akala ko, friend ko siya. Sinabi niya sa akin na mukhang kinakabahan siyang pumunta sa hearing, nung last hearing. Sabi ko, oh, anong gagawin mo? Sabi ko, mag-ano ka na lang ng medical? It was not actually Attorney Harder, it was me. Because she said that she's nervous. Because she said she's nervous.
Ma'am, it's a natural feeling that if
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
summoned to an investigation, you feel nervous.
Yes, ma'am.
But it is a different matter whether you are attending or otherwise. It's very natural even for those who are willing to attend. But you feel the anxiety of attending the hearing.
So, Miss Chair, yun lang yung sinabi niya sa
I don't
akin.
know. Feeling nervous has something to do with the attempt to stop her from attending this hearing.
If I may add, Mr. Chair, sinabi niya sa akin na magkukuha na lang siya ng medical certificate sa kaibigan niya. Parang sinabi niya sa akin na parang hindi pa pwede yun kasi kailangan substantial yung yung medical certificate. Yun na yung alam ko. Siya yung nagsabi na nag-aalala siya na I mean, she was hesitant to attend.
Again,
po, ma'am.
having those apprehensions are very natural to all resource persons who are being summoned in the inquiry. Chairman Acop?
Madam Chair, ang issue po rito kung nagsisinungaling si Attorney Harder. Can you tell us, Madam, na hindi nagsisinungaling si Attorney Harder? Matanong ko nga po kayo. Can you testify to that?
Sir, I was not there.
Oh,
But
don't say anything about it. Ang issue dito, nagsisinungaling si Attorney Harder at sinabi niya doon kay doktora na huwag kumain sa mga food at saka drinks na binibigay dito. Naintindihan niyo po ba yun?
yung sa pagpunta lang dito, yun sir
Ay,
yung
Wala
sinasabi
siya
ko.
sa dahilan kung bakit sinasighting contempt si Attorney Harder.
Okay,
I'm
so
asking you, are you his defense lawyer?
No sir, I
Oh,
just heard what she
Tahimik ka
said.
na lang iha. Kasi wala sa issue ng contempt yun yung dahilan ng pag-contempt kay Attorney Harder. Wala. Diba? Attorney Harder, sinabi mo nung una, nasa sa kabila na siya. So on November 11, hindi pa siya nasa kabila. Tama po ba yung intindi ko? Kasi sinabi mo ngayon, nasa kabila na si Doktora. Pero nung November 11, nasa kabila na ba siya?
Hindi pa, kasi if I may, can I answer, Your Honor?
Attorney Harder, you're recognized.
Thank you po. Yung ibig ko po sabihin ng kabila, kasi siyempre, there was an instance na one of our men, sinabihan nung isang kapitan who is closely connected
Abogado po kayo,
with the
Attorney Harder, di po ba?
previous law. Opo.
That's hearsay. Parang tayong abogado.
Opo.
Oh, that's hearsay, di ba?
Yun nga po yung sabi po.
Is that not hearsay?
Pero the fact na sinabi yun ang sinasabi
It's
ko.
not a fact because it's hearsay.
Pero yung substance po, okay yun, hearsay.
Alam mo, Attorney Harder, kanina, I heard you, I think it is recorded na ikaw ang nagbayad ng tickets
Totoo po
ni
yun.
Doktora pagpunta rito.
Totoo po yun.
Tapos ngayon, sinasabi ni Doktora na siya ang nagbayad. Ay, yung munisipyo ang nagbayad at yung pamasahe ng kanyang asawa ay siya ang nagbayad. Very clear, Attorney.
During that instance po,
Attorney, huwag ka nang magdadaldala. Kasi maski Pasko, I will not allow you to serve your sentence after the holidays. I'll see to it that you will serve it during the holidays. I will be the one to file that motion. So many investigations already. Attorney, kung yung mga general at saka governor sinasite namin in contempt, ikaw pa kaya? Kung nagsisinungaling ka? Pag itutuloy mo yung pagkakamali mo, I will see to it that you will serve your sentence during the holidays. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Parliamentary status, we have issued an order citing Attorney Janice Harder in contempt. That is under paragraph F of section 11 of our rules. Do we hear another motion?
Second motion for detention. The House.
Madam Chair,
Chairman Akop?
may I respectfully move that we detain Attorney Harder, having been cited in contempt, to be detained in the premises of the House of Representatives and to serve such sentence up to the time that we finish our committee report submitted to the plenary.
So, Chairman, just to clarify, Chairman Akop, Madam Chair.
Chairman Paduan.
With indulgence, Chairman Akop. Kasi po yung violation is, yung first contempt kasi was based on in violation of Section 11, paragraph E, no? Disrespectful or F, undue interference. But if the Honorable Akop wants to mend such contempt motion because of that lying of Attorney Harder, it will fall to Section 11, paragraph C, which is refusal to answer relevant questions or evasion, evading or lying in this committee. Just for the information of everyone. Thank you, Madam Chair. Chairman Akop.
Madam Chair,
Chairman Akop?
may I move that we cite in contempt Attorney Harder for lying? And
Second.
under paragraph C of our rules, section 11,
This will be the second order.
yes. So, Mr. Chair.
Do we hear a second? There is
Madam
a
Chair.
motion to cite in contempt Attorney Harder under paragraph C of section 11. The same is seconded by the Honorable Gutierrez. Is there any objection? There being no objection, the motion is hereby granted.
Madam Chair,
Chairman Paduano?
before you recognize Attorney Harder, let me just clarify now, because if the violation of Attorney Harder will fall on paragraph E and the maximum penalty is only 10 days. Now, since the good Chairman Akop cited him in contempt in violation of Section 11, Paragraph C. That is, of course, it can be served for 30 days or more. And the motion was approved, no? That until the committee report will be submitted in the plenary for plenary approval. And, thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, can I have a motion?
Attorney Harder, you're recognized.
Yes. So, thank you po. Yung lying po, with respect to Dr. Krishna, kuwan po yun parang unfair po. Because yung sinasabi niyang galing sa LGU, kasi madalian po yung bili nun wala pa pong na-release yung LGU. Nung kinuha yung kanyang plane ticket. Saturday po yung kuha ng plane ticket. I think Saturday or Sunday po. Wala po yung, kahit natingnan nyo po yung record ng LGU, wala kaming inirelease na ganon. Yung LGU ang magbabayad, i-reimburse niya pa yon. Tapos babayaran niya po ako. Hindi po totoo yun na galing sa LGU.
There is no basis for saying that you paid for the tickets when you're very much aware that ultimately you will be reimbursed by the local government.
Yes, ito po yung kinuha ng aming administrator. Yung pera po ibinigay ko po.
I understand, attorney. But the ultimate fact is it will be the LGU which will be shouldering the expenses for the transportation. Am I not correct?
Totoo po yung kaya lang po.
Why did you not volunteer that information? And instead you told us that you were the one who shouldered.
Yes po, I shouldered it during that time na
You
kailangan
did
po.
not qualify your answer.
Yeah, I'm sorry
That
po.
you shouldered it only during that time.
Hindi.
Because if your intention really is to tell the truth, you should have said, I advanced the payment and the same will be reimbursed by the LGU. But you did not.
Sinabi ko po kanina yung na parang i-reimburse lang po. Hindi sabi ko po sa kanina na hindi niya pa ako nababayaran, may utang pa siya sa akin.
Madam Chair,
Chairman Paduano.
ito attorney, dito na ako nakikinig. At saka, sinabi mo pa nga pati yung sasawa niya. Di ba? Ang sasawa niya, ano yung business local government yun? Di ba? Sinabi mo kanina, pati sasawa niya, pati sa husband niya.
Madam Chair, yung sa husband niya, yung accommodation po. Kasi nasa pangalan niya yon, yung accommodation, nasama na doon yung asawa niya.
Attorney Harder, we've heard you enough. You are committing further misrepresentations. And I am apprehensive that that might invite your third order for contempt. So, parliamentary status, there are two orders of contempt. One on the basis of paragraph E and F of section 11. And the second one under paragraph C of section 11. Do we hear the second motion?
Submitted to the plenary.
To complete the parliamentary status, there is a motion to detain Attorney Harder in the detention facility of the House until such time that the committee report is submitted to the plenary. Do we hear a second? Is there any objection? The motion being seconded and there being no objection, the motion to detain in the plenary until such time that the committee report is submitted is hereby granted.
Madam Chair,
Chairman Paduano.
This is not an amendment to the motion that was approved by this honorable committee. This is just a question of the effect, implementation of such order from this committee. For ako, Madam Chair, with the indulgence of the members of this committee and of course the chairperson, mabigyan lang muna ng Farlo, no? Farlo, the detention for Attorney Harder, which is a subject to, of contempt of this committee, will be in effect after New Year na siguro, para makapag-Christmas naman, no?
Yes.
Yun lang po yung sa akin.
Is that a motion, Chairman Paduano?
Of course, that's my manifestation, but specifically, may I respectfully move, Madam Chair, that the detention of Attorney Harder will be implemented after Christmas and New Year's Eve. So that will be on what's Monday, the first Monday of January. The 13 will be resumption. 6.
January 6.
7 na siya kasi January 6. Ano rin yun eh? 3 Kings. January 6 na po. 7 po kung okay yung...
There is a motion to suspend the implementation of the detention order to January 6. That is the first working day after the Christmas holidays. Perhaps this is in the spirit of Christmas, Chairman.
Yep.
Do we hear a second? Chairman Akop, because you were the movement for the detention.
Madam Chair, I will second.
Okay.
Madam Chair, ngayon ko lang in my almost 15 years dito sa committee, sa Congress na ito, ngayon ko lang nakita yung ginagawa mo, Attorney Harder. There were other officials of government na nag-appear dito. They have lied. Pero hindi kagaya ng extent ng ginagawa mo. So, kung ako lang ang personal na tatanungin, ako, maski holidays, ikukulong kita eh. To tell you frankly. But because of the intercession of the chairman of this committee, the Honorable Paduano, I will accede to that. Thank you, Madam Chair.
The manifestation of Chairman Akop is duly noted. Chairman Paduano.
Thank you, Chairman Akop. Thank you po.
A manifestation, Madam Chair, because I was the one who moved for this, the contempt.
Honorable Adjong.
Yes. I agree with Congressman Akop. Kasi para sa akin, Madam Chair, hindi po biro na sasabihin yun. I don't think that was expressed, kung nasabi po yan, it was not intended as a joke. So nakikita ko po, Madam Chair, talagang merong ano doon. Seryoso po, and he means what he said. Hindi yung joke yun. It's actually, it's not only an insult to this committee, it's an insult to the institution. Nasasabihin mo, huwag kayong kakain doon dahil baka ma-poison kayo or ma-drug kayo tapos magpa-drug test kayo, magiging positive kayo. Anong pagkakaalam niya sa House of Representatives na tayo ay nagbibigay ng pagkain na hindi lang nutritious pero masama sa kalagayan. So ako, Madam Chair, yun ang pinaka hindi ko matanggap na insulto sa institusyong ito. Tama po, first time, marami pong sinungaling pong nag-appear dito sa Committee on Public Accounts. Marami po talagang sinungaling nag-appear dito, pero hindi ko inaasahan na mga ganung aligasyon na maririnig ko dito.
The manifestation of the Honorable Adjong is likewise noted. Our parliamentary status, there's a motion to suspend the implementation of the detention order to January 6. The same is duly seconded by the Honorable Gutierrez. Do we have any objection? There being no objection, the motion is hereby granted. Somebody's raising his hand. Please identify yourself.
Mr. Chair, I'm Councilor Mike Maravilla. I was present during the last hearing that was conducted. And if we could go back to the record, at 2 p.m. we were eating our lunch, that the food was served during that last hearing, Madam Chair.
I believe, Councilor, that whether you ate or otherwise is beside the point. What we are after to is the fact that you were warned not to eat because of the allegation that we might put drugs or poison to your food. Please be informed that we are being served the same food which are being served to all the resource persons. And I totally agree with all the members of the House who have made their own manifestation already. This is a serious attack to this institution. And certainly, we do not do that. Do we know if there are members who wish to interpolate now?
I have some few questions, Madam Chair, but it's nearing 3 o'clock. So I have a couple of questions that I'd like to ask to the National Heritage Commission. Isa ko na?
Yes, we recognize Jong for his interpellation.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to direct my questions po to NHCP. But before that, Madam Chair, I would like to offer you our food, our snack, sir. Sarap po yan. I think lasagna po ito. Just a couple of clarification, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, last committee hearing, there was a discussion regarding the site where this temporary marketplace was situated. And there was also a question that was asked to the mayor whether or not the site where this temporary market will be placed required a certification and perhaps maybe an assessment from the certification from NHCP. Considering, Madam Chair, that I believe the area where it was constructed, this temporary marketplace, is considered part of the heritage zone of Silay City. Now, Mr. Chair, the response of the mayor, I believe, based on our document here, the response was they sent a message, a letter to NHCP, but it wasn't responded to. Now, we have here Chairman Jose. I'd like to ask po, Chairman Jose, ito po, from this, nagsulat po sila, did you receive any request letter from the municipality and the city of Silay?
We have a timeline here, Your Honor,
Yes.
of the communications and the responses that we made, starting from July 29, when the resolution was passed for the requesting for the lifting of the important cultural property status of the Silay market. So through the correspondence, we also conducted correspondence with the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, and the National Commission for we correspond. No, the National Commission for Culture and the Arts said there is no cultural, artistic, architectural, national significance to the market. Now the market is at least 55 years old, which qualifies it as a possible important cultural property. But since it doesn't be declared a national landmark, nor does it possess a marker from our institution, and we already have marked the Silay Heritage Zone as a series of houses based on NHI Resolution number 2, series of 1990, and NHI Resolution number 3 of series 1993. The market does not fall within the heritage zone of the concern.
But what about the establishment in itself? It was over 50 years, no? Under Republic Act 186 po, how many years can establishment, for example, be considered as part of a national heritage asset?
It should be at least 50 years old.
Yeah.
But considering, and now it is 55 years old, but considering consultations, there was nothing of historical or artistic value. So we in a resolution of the National Historical Commission in October, we lifted the imposition.
So meaning to say the city government can proceed even without asking the CP to conduct an assessment on the location itself?
We gave the permission, we lifted it so that they can already continue the what interventions they have with that.
So wala na pong kailangan, hindi na po kailangan yung kanyang assessment niyo, certificate, whatever.
Hindi na po.
Oh, hindi na. I don't know, Madam Chair, to whom do I direct this my next question? Maybe po dun sa, do we have the administrator of National Heritage Zone of Silay City? Do we have her or him here? Somebody can answer that? Yes, I yield to Chairman.
I think it's also the mayor, the chairman.
Okay.
No? I think it's also the mayor. But with the indulgence of Congressman Adjong, balikan ko lang po yung NCCP. Chairman, of course, under the law, 15 years above can be considered, di ba? Now, but of course, supposedly before demolition or improvement of such now 50-year-old structure should get a clearance from you. Tama? Okay, now, in the case for the information of the Honorable Committee to the resource person, ang problema kasi dito, though it is not declared and part of the heritage zone, ang problema kasi dito is the project has already started, no? Before getting clearance through a sangguniang resolution to the National Historical Commission. Yun pong issue dito. Para ang labas kasi, dahil may problema, simula na, inabol na lang yung yung request to delete such structure. Wala sa loob ng National Heritage Zone. But the question is, that is a 55-year-old building that should need clearance from the National Historical Commission. Yun po issue. Now, they get the clearance from the National Historical Commission to a SP resolution after implementation of the project. So, ongoing yung project, saka sila humingi ng clearance from the National Historical Commission. Tama po, Chairman?
Yes, Your Honor.
O, yun po.
Okay. So let me go back to my previous question. What confuses me, Madam Chair, is that under the law, any establishment that that has reached more than 50 years old would be considered as part of the national heritage. It's clearly the public market is 55 years old or so. So why is it not I think considered to be or declared to be a part of national heritage, and why did the HCP allows the continuation of an ongoing remodeling of this public market?
We allow the demolition depending on the merits of the building. So there are many buildings which are beyond 50 years, which do not have artistic or cultural value. So in that case, we give that as a matter of course. So it is hard for us actually to give such an instruction. Like there are many old houses here in Manila which we have to acquire because actually the idea would be for the government to buy these sites, not to prevent them from destruction. But since we do not own the structures, we allow them to be demolished in effect. There are certain structures which reach our commission that we see are of sufficient cultural artistic value. Then we cause a cease and desist order. In this case, we did not.
The way I understand it, Madam Chair, based on the explanation of Chairman Jose, is that there are two things by which an establishment already considered as part of the national heritage assets by way of by way of improving it, no? Ang pagkakalam ko. In this case, Madam Chair, I'd like to ask Chairman Jose, in this case, demolition ito or remodeling, magkaiba po yun kasi, di ba? I believe if yung sinabi po, there are no aesthetic value, there are no designs that will be greatly affected, no? In this case of public market po sa Silay, kasi interested po ako dito, Madam Chair, we have several assets for establishments in my locality, Mr. Chair, na more than 70 years old. Kasi gusto ko lang, may sentimental value, eh, diba? It's a repository of the community's memory and history, hindi ba? So in the case of this public market, would you classify that as remodeling, as a total demolition?
Actually, what happened, Your Honor, is that the government, the city government applied for the removal of presumption of important cultural property because they wanted to change to actually demolish the structure.
So it's a complete demolition.
Opo.
So they want to change the entire structure of the public market. Now, going back to the information was shared to us by Chairman Paduano, the problem is that by law, the city government is required to get certification from you, right? Bago ho nila i-demolish yung mga establishment 50 and above, regardless kung ano itsura niyan, o pangit man yan, or maganda man yan pag-preserve, no? So in this case, when they started reconstructing or demolishing this community asset, I would call it community asset, was there any violation under your law? Under the law?
Perhaps I can read
Yes,
you
can you please enlighten this committee?
the timeline.
Yeah, I understand because the timeline is very essential, no, in determining the possible violation of the law.
So the first item on our timeline is July 29, 2024. The Silay City Council passed the resolution number 24293, authorizing Mayor Judith Gallego to file a petition for the lifting of the important cultural property that is ICP designation for the Silay City Old Public Market. On August 8, 2024, the Silay City Government, represented by Attorney Janus Harder, submitted a petition to the NHCP requesting the removal of the ICP designation of the Silay Old City Old Public Market. The submission includes photo documentation, as-built plans, a conceptual development plan, and the City Council resolution.